Friedrich Nietzsche spent most of his life in physical agony, debilitating migraines, near blindness, chronic nausea. He wrote entire books lying down, squinting through pain, in rooms he could barely afford. He died at 55, his mind destroyed in his final years, almost entirely unrecognized in his lifetime. And from inside that suffering, he arrived at one of the most radical ideas in all of philosophy. He called it Amor Fati, Latin for love of fate. Not acceptance of fate, not tolerance of fate, love. Nietzsche wrote that his formula for greatness in a human being is Amor Fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, but love it. This sounds almost offensive. Love the suffering, love the failure, love the loss. But Nietzsche is making a much more precise claim than it first appears. He is not saying that pain is good. He is not saying that bad things are secretly fine. He is saying something about the structure of a life. Every moment of your life, including the worst ones, contributed to who you are right now. The humiliation that made you humble, the failure that redirected you, the loss that cracked you open enough to feel things you never would have felt otherwise. Remove any one of those moments, and you do not get a better version of yourself. You get a different person entirely. Amor Fati is the recognition that your life is not a collection of good moments interrupted by bad ones. It is a single continuous thing, and to love yourself fully is to love all of it, including the parts you would rewrite if you could. This idea connects to something Nietzsche called the Eternal Recurrence, a thought experiment he used as a kind of test. Imagine that your life would repeat exactly as it happened, infinitely. Every joy, every embarrassment, every ordinary Tuesday, every devastating loss, cycling endlessly forever. Would you want that? Could you want that? Most people feel immediate horror at the idea, and Nietzsche says, pay attention to that horror. It is showing you something. Either your life contains things you have not yet made peace with, or you are living in a way that you secretly cannot endorse. Amor Fati is not about retrospective acceptance of the past. It is a forward-facing philosophy. It asks, are you living now in a way that you could love unconditionally? Not a life with the hard parts removed, the actual life, with everything in it. The Stoics got to a similar place from a different direction. Marcus Aurelius wrote about accepting what is. Epictetus about releasing what cannot be controlled. But Nietzsche pushes further. He doesn't just want you to accept your fate. He wants you to actively, genuinely, enthusiastically want it. Because the alternative, a life spent wishing things had been different, resenting circumstances, editing your own story, is a form of rejection of yourself. You are made of your history. To hate your history is to be at war with your own existence. The practical version of this, the one you can use today, is simple but not easy. The next time something goes wrong, not catastrophically, just ordinarily wrong, catch the first reaction, the resistance. The wish that it hadn't happened, and then ask, What if this is exactly what was supposed to happen? Not because the universe planned it, but because it happened. It is now real, and reality is the only material you have to work with. You can spend energy resisting the reality of what has already occurred, or you can spend that same energy asking what this makes possible. Nietzsche, in his Agony, wrote some of the most life-affirming philosophy ever put to paper, not in spite of the suffering, because of what the suffering showed him. That is Amor Fati, not a passive shrug, an active, defiant, full-throated yes to every single thing your life has been and will be. That is strength.